Okay, welcome back. I'm once again in Cappadocia. Welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. Now this is going to be a brand new series, and we are going to play as Castile. Because I came to a conclusion when I was playing this last, which is I don't think I've ever really explained. If anyone's never stumbled across this game, and they're just watching me play it for some peculiar reason, this would be the easiest way to show you what we can actually do and what stuff means and stuff like that. So that's what we are going to do today. Won't be an intro for this one. Haven't got around to making one yet. Sorry about that. But obviously, as I've explained before, with time constraints and what have you, I don't really have a lot of time right at this very minute. It's taking a while to load today. Come on. Not quite sure what our aim for this one's going to be, but I'll think of something while we're playing away. So, that brings you a little bit of flavour text about the area that you're playing in. So, now. This game is mostly about these mana points, as people call them. So you've got admin points, diplo points, military points. This is what I've been talking about all the time, what I've been saying about adjusting powers to tech up and stuff like that. Okay, and we'll go through the opening screens here, but these, rather simply, you've got money, manpower, sailors, stability, corruption, prestige, legitimacy, power projection, and then different people you've got, like, you know, colonists available, merchants, diplomats, and of course missionaries. Now your mana points are generated by your monarch. Now or monarch points as they're called as well. We've got quite a shit one, and we've got an even worse heir. So what we're going to try and do is try and kill good old Enrique off. Okay. Next up, we'll go 1 and 2, 3. There we go. So we're just going to build up our armies to match up. Now we also have these fleets up here. We have 4 heavies and 10 transports. So we're going to split those off. And we also have our light ships here. And these are going to go and protect trade in Seville. I'll get to that in a minute, why I've done that. But first of all, let's look at this. So, this is who we are. We get... We're a naive enthusiast, so we lose 20% from improving relations. That means it's a harder to make other countries like us. He's a zealot, which means missionary strength is good, so it means we can we can convert people to our religion, which is not a bad thing. And we get an extra advisor, which are these down here. Enrique is also infertile, so it's good that we get rid of him. Now these are advisors. These will add their level to your mana of generation, and they will also cost you money. At the moment we're making 6 ducats a month, so that's not too bad. So we could easily take someone like a Yili Prestige guy. What's our Prestige doing at the moment? We're losing a little bit at the moment, so we'll bring this guy in. Not the best, but he'll do. And that will make our Prestige go up a little bit each year. Next up we have our government here. This is really simple. This tells us about the government reforms, what level government we are. This tells us about absolutism, which we haven't unlocked until much later in the game. These are the cultures that we accept or don't accept. And these gives us penalties. So for not accepting penalties you get... so let's see if I could just grab one here. Andalusian. No, we would accept that. Okay. Aha. That's a good example. Here we go. So Basque is not accepted in England, and so you get additional unrest, lower taxes, missionary strength's down, manpower's down. You get a lot of bad things, which is never a good thing. I'll quickly explain that. Each of these gives something different. So for example in Madrid here, which is 555, we get tax, base core, because it's a city, the additional for the clergy, but that's based on this. So every time I click that, and then you got production, which in this case produces cloth, and manpower, which gives us extra soldiers. This also has this. So yeah, as long as we have this, we can start unlocking different things here. Global tariffs, treasure fleet income, that's really potent. So that's if we want to go, which we will, into bringing in stuff from aboard the treasure. Yeah, if we go, end up creating a global empire. And country modifiers will be seen here. So if I want to know exactly what's going on in my country, I can just look here. Diplomacy. Now this is useful. This tells us we have a truce with Granada at the moment, and our rivals are England, Aragon, and Lithuania have rivaled us. I'm not really bothered over that, to be honest. We're going to say Morocco. Next up, wedge, moolah, monies. Now this is really useful, and for us, it's good as well because we have the La Mancha, the gold mine down here, which basically prints money. So we're bringing 2 ducats of gold from La Mancha, we're getting 4 ducats from trade, 9 from tax, and 3 from production. So all of these down here, goods, are producing ducats, and we have glass as well, which is nice. Okay, and going out we have advisors, state maintenance, which I'll come to in a minute, interest if we take loans, so all which are here, all this costs us money. Trade, blop. It's about mode. If you've been watching me play this, you'll have seen before, but basically what we're doing here is we're steering money. Money. Now, because it's our home node, we're automatically collecting here. We don't need to have a guy here, and we're collecting 9 ducats because we're pushing a little bit of money from Tunisia. Not as much as we like, but we'll get there. I'm pulling up a little bit from Safi as well. Again, we'll get there with that. Into Seville. And that's that, really. It's like if, for example, I had power in Alexandria, I could then push that. Well, I couldn't push to Tunis, but that's a bad example. But say air, which we haven't unlocked yet, we haven't seen yet, but I could push that north up to here. And then it makes this one worth more, which means then I'll be pulling more if I have the higher percentage. You can see, for example, in this Sevilla node, I own it. I have 47% of it. The next one is Portugal. So we're the dominant trade power in that area. Yep, next thing. This just shows you the other ones I can reach. I can see what I'm doing in it. How much I'm pulling around. That sort of thing. Yeah, see what my trade power is in the node and what have you. And these up here tells me my trade efficiency, so how good I am at trading. My range, so how far from my home node I can reach. Excuse me. Steering, how good I am at pulling money around. So the better I am at trade steering, the more money I'm going to pull around with this merchant being here. That's these guys here. So I've got 2 of them. They're pulling around there. Mercantilism gives you, as you see here, additional trade power in the provinces, which is good. It means each one of these individually is worth more in trade. Extra efficiency if I want to embargo someone, and it gives me a bit extra balance with the burgers, but we'll get to that in just a sec. Privateer efficiencies tells me how efficient I am if I want to go privateering someone. So if I go into here and just start stealing all the money from Bordeaux. Inland bonus. So there's 2 types of nodes. You got ones that push to the sea, and ones like Champagne here, which is landlocked. So you can get additional bonuses for transferring through the land here, because you do get a slight deficit, I believe. And goods produced, obviously at the moment, you want to try and get that up. This is your tech. So at the moment we're on tech 3. It costs admin, diploma and military points to tech up. And these are institutions. So at the moment we have feudalism. We are a feudal country. The Renaissance has not fired yet, but it will. Then you get colonialism, printing press. These fire at different types, and you have to have different things in order to do it. Like, for example, colonialism, you have to have completed... Yeah, it's enabled Icelandic ideas, but have the quest for the new world or that sort of thing. These are ideas. I mean, the first one we're going to do here is going to be exploration, but I'm not going to tell you that for nothing. But these are ideas that you pick. You unlock your national ideas as you go. So the first one, after we get a couple of ideas, we'll get army tradition decay. Then we'll get an extra missionary strength, production efficiency, which is very nice. Additional colonists, which means we can spread further. Diplo rep and extra transfer, very good. Institution spread, very nice. And autonomy change is actually really good. What autonomy change means, cut a long story short, is this here. This is unvest, tells you how likely you are. Sorry, I'm trying to scratch my leg and knocking wires. There we go. Stop. There we go. Right, so This tells me how much money I'm making in the area. Unrest tells me how much it is likely to rebel. And this little thing here tells me how much, basically how much of the produce I get myself. So in this instance, the higher this is, the less gold I'm going to get, which I don't want. So I want to keep that as low as possible. Next up, this is our mission tree. Long and short of it, this will help you which way you need to go. So Paris Ultra, number of explorers, own Tenerife, and then we can begin exploring out. Discover the Caribbean. You unlock stuff. Yeah. What do we get for this one? Global settler increase. Very nice. 15 prestige. Settler chance. Very nice. That one is a spreading one. But yeah. So you'll get all of that. Then here we have decisions we can do. So if we own certain areas, we can form Spain. We can conquer everyone and form Spain that way. And these are other things we can pass that will change how we're playing. So, for example, here, game reform desire. So if we want to go Protestant, if we want to turn our back on the Catholic faith and go Protestant, we could do that. This is all about the stability and expansion. So you'll have, this will tell you areas that are not cored. So basically aren't, I own them, but they're not considered a core part of my territory. Basically, I just occupy them until I core them. And then you can turn it into a full core or keep it as a territorial core, depending on your governing capacity. If you have a look here, this is a full core. There. Right. But if that wasn't crossed through, it is a state, it would become a territory. And that, if you want to min-max it, that's the easy way to, like, for example, if I wanted to become Morocco, I could literally move south, become Moroccan, by unstating all of these, and making Moroccan the most potent culture in my... That is one way to do it. I don't like doing that, because it means you lose a lot of things, but either way. Religion. Everything in my country is Catholic, so I don't need to worry about that, but other religions to convert appear here if I want to become the Defender of the Faith and gain all the lovely bonuses that gives us. I can do that. It tells me how the resistance to Reformation, whether I've got a centre of Reformation in my territory or not, which would be nice. This is my military panel, so it tells me how much professionalism I've got. I've got a little bit. I haven't got a lot of manpower either. We're going to slacken that and grab up our manpower, but anyway. So our attrition is going down a little bit. This tells you, again, each one lists what it does. But yeah, the main things you want is morale and discipline are the two major things. If your discipline is high, then it means you guys are less likely to break and run away. And if your morale is high, then it means the enemy army is going to have a lot more difficult time in chonking into your forces. Next up, subjects. We don't have any. We'll get to that in a bit. Now, this is fairly new. Estates. This has been altered a little bit. But the first thing we're going to want... Okay. Is... We're not going to take that. We're going to take, first of all, religious state. We want that one. We want oversight the clergy. That we will definitely... clerical ministers and the clerical advisory board. Those we will want. Each one of these you could pick basically whichever one you want. I would have always advised taking the primacy ones. These ones basically they give you additional +1. So we'll gain more mana and that we need. These useful. This one doesn't do anything but it gives them extra modifiers, so that's fine. And this one has got the best ones. We've got this. Very nice. Again, extra 1 Diplo power. Now, we are giving up a lot of territory to do this, but it's fine. As long as their loyalty is high, we're good. Patronage of the Arch gives you extra prestige, but you do lose a bit of tax. So, yeah, we're already at -5%. What the hell? It's not going to hurt us now. Free trade is another good one. And this one does have the best one of the bunch to start with. Indebted to the burghers, which gives us 5 loans for basically nothing. Boink. See? There we go. And next thing we can do is we can summon the Diet. Gascony. That one. So we're looking to move down to here. So basically, he wants us to have more power in the southern region, which is what we're going to aim to do. Next thing we're going to do is swag back some land. There we go. That's gone yellow now. So all is well. We can become Defender of the Faith and get all these lovely little bonuses. We may do that in a bit, but to begin with, what we're going to do... The reason why I did that Alright, you get down there. What I'm going to do is I am going to build up to my fleet level. We've got enough for 3 more. So I'm going to build 3 galleys. Okay. We're going to make 3 ducats next month, so if we wanted to, we could bring one of these guys in. The Spy Network guy, I'm not that bothered over. National Manpower guy, not bothered over. Force Link guy, I'm not really bothered over. Alright, we'll wait. But what we can also do, while I'm paused, forts. Now, we are going to be raided. Oh, an alliance from Portugal. Nah, not right now. What we can do, we are going to be fighting at some point, so pretty soon. And we will be being raided. So I am going to want an extra fort. These different map modes, you can adjust these as you like. These basically are the ones that I like. So that's for my religious map mode. Tells me what religion the area is. This tells me who runs it. This tells me, what's this one? Revolutionism, for when that arrives. I'm not part of the empire. My trade map mode. My trade value. So this tells me what each one of these is worth. And my trade goods. So that tells me what I'm making here. And that will have coal later on. Fort. This tells me which areas are covered by forts. Military access, where I can walk. Manpower, well, what I'm going to get from each one. And forts again. Colonial stuff. As well as overseas provinces. Colonial areas that I can go to, so I can build the Maghreb Charter. And these are where the great works are. Like the one we showed you earlier on at Madrid. There it is. And there's one here as well, which we want. Next, diplomacy. So this tells me at the moment I have no allies. No real diplomacy going on. That one tells me about unrest in the area. Rebel types, who's going to spawn. Local autonomy, which is low and everywhere. Devastation, how badly busted up the area is. This tells me about tech, who's on what, by the different colours. So green is good. Institutions where they've fired, so you can see down here, for example, Togo, Degenerate, Fazan, Tafilok do not yet have feudalism. They are not feudalistic countries, so they don't get the bonuses that come with it. Cultures. This tells me this is my culture group, so everyone around here is my culture group. These are the ones that I accept, and these are the ones I don't. Government type, so we're a monarchy. Down here, tribal despots. Over here in Seuss, we have a clerical state. Obviously, the Pope's one of them as well. We have a couple of republics as well. And then this one tells me who doesn't like me. This is who's forming a coalition against me. This one, development, how well dev'd each area is. And yeah, that's it. But yeah, there are umpteen hundred map modes. And each one is useful depending on the circumstances, but not all of them are useful at the minute. You can adjust them as you see fit. So yeah, next up, now we can select one of these. We're going to take the Grand Armada. I know it's early, but it's the only one we're ever going to want. And now we can unpause. Our coast has been raided. Gits. We're going to turn things up a little bit. Yes, Navarra. We will take that. We will also begin improving relations with you. Oh. So they went straight for the Union as well. So Poland now has a junior partner in Masovia, and they are junior partner. They have Lithuania on their side, so they're going for the Commonwealth straight away. Fair play, can't argue with that. Okay. Now what we're looking for here, we need to get, for our first mission, we need to get to Repel the Conquista. So we need manpower at least 60%, army and navy both at 100%. Yep, that's fine, that's not a problem, we can do that. Claims in Aragon. Okay. And then we can, yeah, let's move over to Italy, subjugate Navarra. Yeah, we were going to do that. So at the moment, if King Juan dies, succession war between Castile and Aragon. We'll take that. Right, we're going to gain additional trade influence. Down here. New Cardinal. These are the other screens I haven't actually mentioned yet. The HRE, which we're not part of, so we can ignore that for the minute. And the Papacy, which we kind of are in. There's a little bit of a form to decide. Do we have any Cardinals at the moment? Yes, we have one. So we are going to gain a little bit of influence, which we can use to click these magic buttons. And the Pope's currently giving us minus 5% dev. Beautiful. The Pirates of Sousa raiding me. Not fussed. What they're doing is adding devastation, which means I lose a little bit of few bits and pieces. But once this fort is finished around here in Sevilla, that'll be gone anyway. Now we're just going to speed the game up. Oh, we have an insult against Morocco. Not going to need that, really. Who are these guys allied with? Tunis. Decline. You have... Yeah, I'm not interested in marrying you. Navarra we are. These are the list of countries that don't have an heir. So if their king falls over tomorrow... If Navarra's king died tomorrow, we would get his country. Well, actually be in a war for it. But still, that's neither here nor there. Most of these are not countries near us, so we're not that phased. What I want to do is get King Juan here, King Joan, up level with me. Right, let's get these guys drilling, get these guys drilling. Get them up to 200, and then I can vassalize them. We have 5 more provinces, 5 more armies that we can hire. So what we'll probably end up doing is hiring one of these in a bit. That'll put us over that. But what we need first of all is just more manpower. And my navy will be done when it's done. No, we don't want a second galley from you. What we could do, we could begin improving relations with the Pope as well, I suppose. Okay, so this is going to be our grand... Take Mr. Cortez on board. I'll sped it up to max because, well... at the end of the day, the problem as well we've got here is we do have a truce with them until for 3 years. So there's no real point in getting ready to try and bash some heads when we can't do it. Which kind of sucks. Yeah, castles take a long time to build. And at the moment, we are... Yeah, we'll concentrate on that. Let's turn that off. As useful as it would be to have the additional military strength. How much money are we making at the moment? 2 ducats a month. The Dominicans. Look, nice. Doing a few of them later on. That's fine. Oh. Are you at war with... No. That's fine. We want Granada. Okay, we're getting there. Once the manpower's up over 60%, we'll hire mercenaries. That's the word. Mercenaries. Get rid of that. Granada are claiming Sevilla. Yeah, they don't want to do that. It's not a good idea. advance the highway in Aragonese. Interesting. That's my fleet now in being. So that's just the army size and the manpower. And the manpower pretty soon will be done. Off of vassalization, that's what we want to do. Let's send these guys a gift. There we go. Bit of drilling never hurt anybody. Right. Now this is a bit of a bugger. Where's the main shadow is? Right, so let's turn that off. Watch these guys there. I just need it to hold on. If it will. Quite happy to do that. Go on, MVK. Good lad. Right, let's get back to that. And get back to drilling. There we go. Do they have any claims, I wonder? No. But hey ho. Subjugate Savara. Yeah, so once I complete this. And all we're going to do to complete that is we're going to hire these guys. Total army size 100% the force limit. Do we not have that? No, we're one short, aren't we? Bloody typical. I'm going to lose money for a few days. I'm not worried. That should be that one complete now. Oh no, my manpower level's dropped. Some manpower. Oh, that's almost 60%. Won't be long. Where are you going? Interesting. Right. There. Done. We can get rid of these now. Okay, so now do we have claims on Portugal? No. Okay, so we need to reclaim Andalusia before we can do that. And for that we just need to wait until this time ticks around. What we can also do then is go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to build one more boat. I know this is taking us ridiculously over our force limit, but I'm really not that bothered. It costs us a lot, but that's life. And this was the other button I couldn't look at now. Subjects, so I could turn them into a march. I could put divert, block, go through all sorts with them. If they were a different religion, I could change that as well. So we've got a war down here, Toggart. Okay. Shame that I can't really do anything about that. February next year. Is when this truce ends. Okay, that option there, the reason why it was green is because it's only available because of a specific characteristic that my ruler has. Right, you guys march to here. Woohoo! Right, we're going to take 2 more then. Right, Anhalt, Bohemia, Sisteria, Milan. Tyrconnell, Imereti, Scotland. Denmark. That's some interesting ones there. Okay, right. Now this is one where you do need to be a bit careful. Right, so this produces grain, so it's not really worth pumping up the production. Local development cost is high. We either want extra manpower or the extra tax? I think in this instance we're going to push the tax up. Because, 26,000 manpower, that's more than sufficient for what we're going to be doing. Okay, leave. Gold diplomat, right. Now you are going to go protect trade in the Safi node. We are losing a little bit of money, so what we're going to do is go to La Mancha and go, there we go, double click that a couple of times. Right, where's this go? Protecting trade in the Safi node. This depends on which one you want to give more loyalty to. In this case, we want the burghers for the minute. Disloyal estates, that's alright, I'm not bothered. Not for the minute. This is fine. Morocco would join, but that's fine. We're going to go for... that one. Right, what we are going to do is say, you hide. I don't really want you fighting. We are going to win, but it's going to be close. We want you guys hiding. Hiding. Okay, now we're sieging. We're going to let our little dirt take care of that. We are at war at the moment with all of that. Which is good news for us. Not so good news for them. Enrique does have siege, which is good. Each general has their own abilities. So here, for example, we have Avero, who's pretty good at land battles. He's good maneuverability, good at shock, good at fire, but Enrique's got that extra siege pip. So what that means is that things will just fall quicker to Enrique. We are going to ask for access. We're going to ask for military access. Thank you. And what we're doing basically is with this, is we're just going to keep them bottled up. It's not a major problem. These guys are about to pop out and get sunk. But oh, it's because of the fort behind me. Dull idiot. Yep. Basically, I'm stuck in this fort's zone of control. All around the fort is what's called its zone of control, and I can't move until I've captured it, basically. But let us send any ships that need fixing home. There we go. Back to full strength again. That's going to be a big fleet when it's done. So here we just need... We could bomb it down, but there's no real point right now. There really isn't. It's just going to cause us more problems. Nah, screw it. So all it's really going to do is push us further away from our goal. We're losing 2 ducats a month, but that's fine. It's really not a problem at the minute. All that will really happen is that we'll end up taking out another loan. That's literally it. And luckily we're not paying for these guys to sit here either. Who are you at war with? Clemken and Toggett. Oh, that's fun. Is this Enrique's army? No, it's not. So what we're going to do is switch you guys over. Come on, move. What I'd like him to do is begin invading. But he's not going to do that. He's too smart for that. There we go. There we go. That's that one done. So it's, yeah, just this area here. How many troops have they got left? 23,000 in the field. 23,000 infantry, 6,000 cavalry. We'll take that. Okay, extra stability here. What it does, if you see there, additional taxes, missionary strength, corruption down, all sorts of good stuff. So the higher the stability, the better. But it does cost admin points to buy, which is a problem. Somebody's taken a higher admin than us. Who is it? Oh, it's our neighbours Arrow. They've taken military. Okay. And Burgundy is streaking ahead. Realistically, places like Burgundy, Ethiopia, they have good rulers at the start, so they will streak ahead. Yes. We will take Isabel. Yes. Siege of Tangiers. I'll tell you what. Actually, what we're going to do is just band up. You're going to stay there. No, you're going to stay there. You're going to move on. Because we want you to hold, because if he does something stupid, I'll send you guys back to patch up. Look, man, your dude's going to be dead before you get anywhere near me. Yeah, go on him. Why not? Normally I don't like giving out access to my land to anybody, but I'll make an exception in this case. Yeah, and all I'm doing here is I'm just sitting and waiting for them to do something. Because if they attack either way, they attack up here, I can cover. If they attack down here, well, I don't really need to do anything. In a minute, we'll have tech advantage over them. Regency in Navarra. Yeah, eventually we'll be able to annex Navarra and just absorb them. Yeah, guys. You can do that all you want. I'm really not phased. Reason being is you can't actually siege it down, can you? No, you need 6 regiments there. You don't have enough. Oh, no you do. But I'm hoping that this falls first. Do they have a guy with siege? No. And it's a waterborne, and I'm guarding it. Get back out there, you. This is where they get god rolls and just knock it down like a sod. 10 to my 2. Right. Military tech, let's go. Admin tech, let's do it. Put them back on top. Now they're going to run like hell. Okay, now the Renaissance has spawned. And it is spreading like wildfire already through my cities. This is good news for me. Aragon. They're trying to pin me in already. I don't like that. Yeah, most of those I don't really care about. All I'm waiting for is for this to finish. This is all I'm focusing on. There we go. Because now we can squish their main force. Not getting away. This is a little battle screen. The discipline's the same. We have much better morale, so they start off with a deficit already, and we've got better tactics and just generally more troops. This is where you can see your troops. You want your cavalry on the edge, and we stack wiped them. Oh, nice. Not a good day to be Moroccan. Or in fact, any of these guys. There we go. They've run and hit again. Are we at war with Figgy Wiggy? No, we're not at war with Figwig. That's owned by Tlemken, that's why. Taffy Lot we should be, yep. And we're just going to push south now. Nice and easily. Let's get our boats in, get them patched up and get them back out again. There we go. Push them back to there. You guys can push out here. Taffy do have a claim on Figwood, so that gives me an easy way in there. Yep, you can dive home as well. You can dive home as well. There we go. The Mamluks have just rivaled me. That's interesting. I mean, they are quite a way out of being able to fight me, so I'm quite surprised by that. Right, we're just going to block them in now. This war is starting, the war is coming towards an end. Yep. Ignore them for the minute, we're not bothered. Prestige is one of those things right now that we've got lots of. Kind of like loans. But this part of the game, you expect that. Okay. And what we're going to take from these guys, we're going to start taking large chunks of this down here. And we also want Taffy if we can get it. As a vassal. That's fine. We're losing a little bit of that. That's no problem. What we're going to do is go to Toledo, and we're going to use an edict, which this allows the institution of the Renaissance to spread a lot faster into my territory. And that we do want. The good thing about this as well is Morocco is now, Tunis, sorry, is out of raiding range of me, really. They could come over here, but not going to. Would you mind getting back into your box? Thank you. Certain countries have certain... what's the right word? Abilities. That'll do. It's as good a word as any, I suppose. You guys go protect trade in the Staffy node, but stay hidden for the minute, thank you. Yeah, no, you actually, you can stay there for the minute. Get back in there. Because you can move to the Tunis node in a minute. All I want to do at the moment is get through this damn castle. Take another loan. Great. Okay. This war, realistically, is nearly done. I mean, if we say to these guys, look, what I want is that. Nope, can't do that. Okay. But that's what I want from you. They would be willing to accept. So what I need to do right now is peace out these guys. So what I want from you is that. That works. 80%. So what we've got to do is smash our way through. Now these guys will take a lot of conquering. Where is it? There. Say 117%. So even if I conquered everything that's Moroccan, it would only be 117%. It'd be 117% war score. So I cannot take everything in one war. It will take me at least 2 wars to take everything and destroy Morocco. Which is a bit problematic. But all I want to do is just damage them to begin with. I would not mind getting hold of Tafilol though. Right, you can march there. And kill whatever you find. Oh, there we go. Let's go take Marrakesh. If they were really sensible, they would have just charged out. I mean, we are 18 ships, a force limit at the moment. That's pretty bad. Right, okay, so we've got 100% war score right now. So they are literally saying, look, just take whatever you want. So, if we go to these guys now and say, you know what, actually, we want that and that as well. And, like, all the money you've got. They will give it to us without any question. Mission fulfilled. There we go. You guys come back here. Right, actually, what we're going to do is deliberately make you go to Fez first. Then cross back over here. Caught everything. Is it worth? Yes. Navarra, yeah, we'll accept that. That's telling me I can do this. We do have a civil war looming, which is problematic. But how do we get past that? Well, that's quite simple. All we do is just wait. As long as, yeah, that's fine. Stability's fine. Legitimacy's good, so that's fine. The only thing that's ticking this up is the fact that we have low admin skill. Fucking Juan the Second of Teslamada. But he really won't last long now. And Isabel will take over. In fact, if we do that, we're going to take that. There we go. And now, we can at any point declare war on these guys. All we need to do is go, you know what? I don't want your military access anymore. But what I could really do is forging an alliance with someone like France, which would be useful. And maybe even Jockland. Right, but what this little alcove here has done is given us extra power in this node and a little bit more in the Tangiers node. Southie node. So next time, there we go. So next time out, we're going to be looking to expanding, explaining a bit about rebellions if we see them. And yeah, generally causing ourselves a few problemskis. Shouldn't be too hard really. Let's pay off a loan. Right, but yeah, we are currently losing a lot of money as well. Most of that is, well, none of it's in corruption. A lot of it is in over force limit. So 5 ducats of that is because we're over force limit on our boats. And a lot of it is fort maintenance. So if we press that button and get rid of all the forts, then we don't need to worry about that. So we're only losing 7 ducats a month now. But again, we can fix that. It's not really a major issue. All we've got to do is go to La Mancha and go, you know what? You need to produce more gold. There we go. And also, if I've done my maths right, it's putting that right up as well. And now if we take it round to the next month, we should not lose 5 ducats. Speed it up a bit. Yep, put taxes up again. Too few rivals. We'll take the Mamluks as one. How much are we losing now? 4 ducats a month. A ducat of that is in that. 5 ducats of it we know about. So again, and where's our war fleet? We're going to bring our war fleet home. And then once it gets there, we're going to get rid of these. We don't want them. We don't need them. And now we're only losing a little bit of money. And once we've finished rooting out corruption, once we finish coring all of this, that will go. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. So again, thank you for your time. I hope you're looking forward to this new one as I am. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia, signing off.